Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing full face first impressions. So I have a bunch of products that are either new to me or some of them I purchased it a little earlier but I never used in front of cameras. So I thought it'll be a good idea to come in front of the camera and do a full face of makeup with all first impressions and see if I like it and give my reviews on it as per my first impressions. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So I'm just gonna get my hair out of my face as usual. The first product that I'm going to be using is the BECCA Backlighting Priming Filter. I got it when Ulta had the 21 days of beauty sale and it actually retails for $35-ish and I got it for like $18, so it was like 50% off and it was a good deal. So I got this to test it out. I'm just gonna take a little pump, spread it all over my face. This is meant to be like a radiating primer. Okay, so that feels good. It definitely gives a nice glow to the face. It did blur a little bit of the pores around my cheeks, but nothing over the top. It's nothing like Dr. Jad's Pores No More or the Professional from Benefit, but it did a good job and it also gives a nice glow, which I really like about it. For the foundation, I'm really excited to try this one. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. And this had a lot of hype though. I wasn't in the US when this foundation came out, so I thought, it'll be nice to try this out. And I'm in the shade Desert Beige. Oh, so it actually comes with this kind of an applicator. So it's like a spatula and you can just, I guess, just go ahead and put it all over your face. Oops, that's a little clumsy though. I think it's a good application. I like the pump the best, but I don't really mind this. As long as there's nothing and you just have to pour it into your hand, I think I'm okay with it. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my hand because I want to mix this with another mixing medium that I got. I have around a pump on my hand. I also got this Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, and this, if you guys follow beauty videos on Instagram, you should know all about this. There's a lot of hype around this and they mix it with the foundation. It's pretty much like the Girl On primer that has like gold flecks in it. This has gold flecks in it too. I don't know if the camera would capture it, but it has gold flecks and it's meant to have more skincare benefits to it. But I've seen a lot of bloggers like mixing it with the foundation and using it, so I mix a little bit with my foundation in here and I'm just gonna give it a nice rub. For the sponge, I'm gonna be using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge. This is another really hyped up product too. I just never got to buy one of these. Always been in the beauty blender wagon, but I thought I should try this out and I went ahead and wet the sponge and it feels really good. Like it feels just like beauty blender, and so let's see how it applies. I'm gonna take a few stripes on my face. It looks a little too dark, like more cool toned on my skin, but let's see how this blends out. Gonna use this, and this does blend it out really well though. The sponge, I'm very happy about this. I know a lot of people say that this is like the closest thing to a beauty blender in the market, and it's probably true though. And this retails for about $5 to $6 depending on where you buy it, but beauty blender is like $20. So if you don't want to splurge so much on a beauty blender, you can give this a try. This is how one layer of foundation looks like. I don't know if it's the foundation or mixing it with the Rose Gold Elixir, but it really feels good on my skin. It feels moisturized, it feels plump. Not too much of a glow, but a little bit of glow from the primer. But it's definitely like a light to medium kind of a foundation. I think I might have to go with another layer to see the coverage. I'm gonna directly go on my face this time and mark a few stripes. I wish this foundation was a tiny bit warmer. It feels a little cool toned, but it's not too bad though. For concealer, I don't have anything new, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This concealer is really pigmented though, so don't add too much. Alright, I'm going to use this Clinique blended face powder to set my face. It actually comes in a bigger package. I received this as a gift from their purchase, so just swipe it under my face. Just a light dust all over to set it. It definitely doesn't feel as good as the Laura Mercier setting powder. It feels a little heavy and definitely feels powdery. I'm not a big fan of it. Bronzer, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. blush and bronzing powder in the shade Antigue. So it has like a blush in here and a bronzer. I'm going to use this bronzer shade. And I'm taking my Wet n Wild brush. From my experience, e.l.f.'s bronzers are usually a little pigmented. So definitely don't go heavy-handed on it. I had to put my hair back in a bun because it was disturbing me too much. So let's go ahead with the bronzer. Just blending it all down. It's definitely a little warmer. I personally don't mind warm bronzers too much because I don't tend to use them a lot. But if you do, you probably might not like it. I'm not going to use the blush from this though because I have another blush to try. I am going to be using this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Apricot in the middle. I have the shade Pearlescent Pink and I really love that blush. There's tiny little specks of shimmer in it, but it's nothing too much and I really like that. So this one is a little bit more on the peachier side and that is more on the pink side. Let's see if this shows up on my skin. It's not anything over the top, but it's a pretty everyday shade. For the highlighter, I have the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. I purchased this when I was going to India, so I've already used this, but I didn't use it in front of the camera and I didn't have anything else newer, so I'm just going to try this out. It's a very pretty highlighter though. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but Cupid's bow. For the eyes, again for eyebrows, I don't have anything else. I just use my trusty Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. So I'm going to do that off camera. For eyes, I'm just going to be reusing what I have. Most times I don't really like eyeshadows. So I would just use, just to give a little bit of definition and depth, I would usually use my bronzer. So I'm just going to try and use this bronzer and the highlight shade and just come up with a basic simple eye. I'm going to take this bronzer in this Morphe G24 crease brush and I'm going to apply it on the crease. Plus you don't really need too many brushes. I would always use a blending brush and I love this MAC 217 brush for it. But if you want, you can use another extra brush or you can just get away with using MAC 217. Sometimes I just like using just bronzer all over my eye and that'll be it. But sometimes I like to go in with a little bit of highlighter to give it that pop. Now I'm going to take the highlighter that I added. I'm going to press it all over the center of my lid. And I'm going to dip my MAC 217 back into the bronzing shade just a little bit. And I'm going to blend all of this together. This highlighter looks very pretty even on eyes though. I'm going to take the same bronzer shade and run it in on my lower lash line too. Just ever so slightly. Now for my eyeliner, I don't have anything new too, so I just my Stila Stay All Day waterproof eyeliner and I just did like a basic wing. For my lower lash line, I'm going to be using this Estee Lauder Intense Eyeliner Kajal in the shade brown. I'm going to fill my waterline with it. For mascara, I'm going to be using this Clinique High Impact Mascara. Okay, so with 2 layers, it definitely doesn't look too bad. I'm going to take this tiny little brush and go back into the highlighter shade. Fill a little bit of my inner corners with it. Doing think this will just like open your eyes a little bit, and it gives that little pop and opens the eyes a little bit more. So always bring a little bit of highlighter, but also blend it well so it doesn't look like there's a splotch of highlighter in there. So we're pretty much done with the face. The last step we have is the lipstick. I got this Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in the shade Missy and Fierce. I've used their liquid lipsticks before and they're absolute favorites for me, but I haven't used this red shade, and I think it'll be similar to my Ruby Woo, and I wanted to give it a try. And I'm really sorry if I'm looking up at the viewfinder in this whole video, because I feel like the lighting is off. My previous few videos weren't turning out well, and I wasn't sure if it was the lightings or my camera settings, so we kind of like reset the whole thing and trying to see if I'm in focus. That's why I'm looking a lot in the viewfinder. And these liquid lipsticks are my absolute favorites though. It doesn't feel too much, it doesn't feel dry on your lips, it doesn't feel like you're wearing something too heavy, but it also stays long. It's transfer proof, it stays on really long on your lips, but it also feels like nothing on your skin. When you apply it, it feels a little bit moussey, but once it dries, it's beautiful. So that's a completed look. I'm really happy how this turned out. There are like few products that I like really liked and few not so much, and I'm just going to quickly run through these products as how we applied it. The primer, I really like the primer. I feel like it did come through the foundation and gives a beautiful glow. If you're looking for like a radiant primer that like gives a nice glow to your face, then this is really a good one. The foundation, I really like the foundation too. It feels like very light on your skin. It feels like you have literally nothing on your skin. Only thing that I didn't like about this was I hope this was a little bit more warmer, but I think I can make this color work. And this one, I really like this too. I'm gonna try and use this for a little bit and then do an in-depth review of whether it's really worth the hype or not, because this is about like $54, so it is quite an investment. So I'm gonna keep you posted on this one. Powder, no, I didn't like it too much. It felt heavy on my skin. It left like a weird cast on my skin, so I'm gonna give a pass on this. This bronzer was a good one. It's a little bit on the warmer side, but I don't really mind that. And I haven't used the blush, so I don't know how the blush works. And the blush, I like the blush. It's a pretty everyday blush. If you don't want anything too much or too loud, or if you have like a bright lips like I did today and you don't want your blush to be too much, then this is a good one. Highlighter, love this highlighter. This is really pretty, and I actually really loved it during my holidays. This was the only highlighter that I traveled with, and I'm really happy with this highlighter. You know, it looks beautiful on the eye and on the face, so highly recommend this one. Mascara was okay. I have to use this a couple more times to see if I really like it or not, but this is not bad. I love this sponge, Real Technique sponge. I think this is really good. If you're looking for a cheap dupe for Beauty Blender, definitely try this out. But I'm going to try this also a few more times and keep you posted on what works, what doesn't work. I have another sponge that I used recently that I hated. I'm going to do like a comparison video and, you know, show which one's best for the price you pay and for what you get. Lipstick, no surprise. I love this formulation and I thought I might like it, but the color is beautiful. It's like a blue-red, like a tomato color. I don't know how to explain it, but this looks beautiful. I think it looks really pretty. I think it'll look very pretty if you go out in the night, and so I highly recommend the liquid lipstick too. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I came in front of the camera and did my makeup, but as soon as I figure out this camera and lighting situation, I promise I'll do more. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in my next video. Bye guys!